In this problem, which is problem 2-49, we are being given three forces. All of them are acting within the xy plane. And we need to, first of all, write all these forces in terms of their Cartesian notation, that is using unit vectors I and j. And then finally, we are going to find out the resultant as well as its direction. So starting with this force F1, this force F1 is basically acting in the second quadrant. So if it is acting in the second quadrant and we need to write it in terms of Cartesian notation, then it must have a negative x component and a positive y component. So since the smaller triangle is given to you, so we can write it as minus 60 times 1 over under root 2 I plus 60 times 1 over under root 2 j. So this is how we can write this force F1 in terms of its Cartesian notation. So once you calculate these values, F1 would comes out to be minus 42.43 I plus 42.43 j, and the units are going to be pounds. Okay, coming to the second force, which is force F2. This force lies in the third quadrant. So once you are writing this force F2 in terms of its Cartesian vector notation, since the angle is given to us with respect to the y-axis, so cos 60 component would be towards the written with the y component, whereas sin 60 is going to be included in the x component. And since this force lies in the second quadrant, so in the third quadrant, it means that the x component is also going to be negative as well as the y component is also going to be negative. So we can write it as minus 70 sine 60i minus 70 cos of 60j. So by putting the values of sine and cos, this force F2 would comes out to be minus 60.62i minus 35j, and the units are going to be pounds. Coming to the third force, which is force F3, since this force is directed towards the negative y-axis, so we can write it as minus 50j pounds. So this is how you have resolved all these forces which are acting within the xy plane into their Cartesian notations using unit vectors I and j. Now the resultant force Fr would be equal to summation Fxi plus summation Fyj. So once you sum these components along the x and y axis, Fr would be minus 103.05i minus 42.57j. So this is going to be the resultant force Fr. Once you have found this resultant force, the magnitude of this resultant can be calculated as 103.05 square plus 42.57 square whole under root. So the resultant would comes out to be 111.5 pounds. So this is going to be the magnitude of this resultant force Fr. As far as the direction of this resultant force is concerned, you are going to find out that direction, say theta, to be equal to tan inverse Fry over Frx. So आपके पास ये दोनों वैल्यूज आई हुई हैं minus 42.57 या 42.57 divided by 103.05. This will give you theta to be equal to 22.45 degrees. Now since this Fr has a negative x component and a negative y component, so which quadrant would Fr lie?
Third
quadrant. So basically ये आपके पास वो Fr है और ये वो एंगल थीटा है जो आपने डिटरमिन किया है 22.15. इसमें आपसे कहा गया था यू नीड टू डिटरमिन द एंगल measured counterclockwise from the positive x-axis. So basically you want to measure this angle. So how much is this going to be, the total angle from the positive x-axis?
180
plus 120.45.
So the overall angle would be equal to 180 plus theta. So आपके पास 202.45 जो है वो एंगल आ जाएगा. Is it clear to all of you? Okay, so जी पूछें.
सर F2 फोर्स में 60 एंगल की यूज किया, 30 की यूज क्यों नहीं किया?
देखिए, the choice is totally yours. Since the angle here, F2 angle here is given to us 60 degrees with respect to the y-axis, so we can alternately use this particular angle. Since the total angle is 90 degrees, so this angle would be 30 degrees, and accordingly you can write cos 30 एंड साइन 30 एज वेल. आपकी अपनी चॉइस है, आप 60 यूज करें जो वाई एक्सिस के साथ है, या 30 यूज करें जो एक्स एक्सिस के साथ है. अगर वाई वाला यूज कर रहे हैं 60 वाला एंगल, तो कॉस कंपोनेंट वाई के साथ आएगा, साइन जो है वो एक्स के साथ आ जाएगा. अगर आप 30 यूज कर रहे हैं तो कॉस कंपोनेंट कॉस 30 जो है वो एक्स के साथ आ जाएगा, साइन 30 जो है वो वाई के साथ आ जाएगा. चॉइस आपकी अपनी है, दोनों में से कोई एक वैल्यू यूज कर सकते हैं.